It is very painful, like so painful, to wake up one morning and realize or find out or hear that your husband has been sleeping with your housemaid. You look around and be like, why? Among all these ladies in the world, why would we choose to sleep with my housemaid? You feel so betrayed, you feel so degraded, you feel like he should have cheated you with someone better. In this video today, I'm going to give you some of the reasons why some men choose to sleep with their housemates. You're welcome to my YouTube channel, Marriage Tips with Asperia. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. Turn on the notification bell so that every time I upload a new video, you'll be the first to see. Stay tuned, I'll be right back. One reason why men sleep with their housemates is because they are available. Availability. Now, so many people are so much into career that they forget to be the full-time in charges in their houses. You find that the housemaid is the one who cooks food for your husband, serves him, puts for him water in the bathroom to bathe, washes for him, polishes shoes, brings socks for him, does everything that a wife is supposed to do. Now, this man gets used to her. Like, you find that even when you're seated there, he will call her, bring for me juice, bring for me this, because that is what he is used to doing. So they become so vulnerable. And the Bible says that we get tempted because of our own lust. So when you see with your eyes, the next thing, your mind is now speaking. You now start speaking, this woman, she's around, my wife is not there. And you know what next? Sin. And that is so common because you find that you wake up so early in the morning, you travel, you go to work, you come back in the evening when you are so tired, you don't even know who laid your bed, you don't even know what your husband ate, you're so tired because you have been working, you have been looking for money. And then remember, you are not better than your housemaid. She has everything you have. She has the body, the breast, the buttocks, the vagina, everything that would attract a man. So you find that this man gets tempted to sleep with her, and once they do that, they start hiding. The relationship grows, and we have had so many others get pregnant, and now they start becoming their bosses. They start now trying to tell this man, you have to marry me, if not I'm going to tell your wife, and that is not good. Make sure you are available for your husband. It doesn't matter how much you're working, be available. I love the Proverbs 31 woman. When you read Proverbs 31 from verse 10 to 31, you see that this woman is also a career woman. She's out working, she does work, she feeds her children, she's there for her husband, because the Bible says that the heart of her husband trusts her, and she will do him good, not evil, all the days of her life. She makes sure she takes care of whatever that the child or the husband, they are going to eat, they are going to wear. She knows what the maid is going to do. So make sure that whether you have a maid in the house, you are an in charge in your house. You have to tell her, do this, do this, do this, don't do this. And make sure you also play some role in your home. Be there, cook food sometimes, be there for your husband. Because if you're not in his face, if you're not common in his mind, your housemaid is. And don't be surprised if you hear some terrible news around the village. Number two, when the husband is not getting sexual satisfaction. Now, this sometimes happens when we are in long distance relationships. You find you have to go to America to work, South Africa, Kenya, you travel up country, and you have no time to be at home enough to satisfy your husband. Now, remember, the Bible says, man shall leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife. Now, God also knew how desperately a couple needed to be together when they marry. But when distance separates you, there is always that space in between. And remember, the devil is always there like a roaring lion looking for an alternative to put in that vacuum. I know some men can be faithful, but some others cannot. You travel like this, he gets someone else. And also the Bible says in 1 Corinthians from verse 1 to 5, it talks about sex. It says the body of the wife belongs to the husband likewise. And he continues to say, do not deny one another, because the devil can tempt you for your inconsistency. Now, if you're not there to satisfy this man sexually, he's going to look for satisfaction elsewhere. Now, you cannot bring a housemaid and you put her in your house, and then you leave them together with your husband. You go to America, you go to South Africa, you are traveling, and then you are trusting this girl, trusting her to keep your man. It is very sad and it's very risky. It's like getting meat or getting ghee, and then you put it just near fire and you say, "Fire, please keep for me my ghee." It's going to melt. Don't tempt this guy. So many guys can be so good, but sometimes temptations can come. When you don't satisfy your husband sexually, there's a room for temptation. And if the housemaid is near, it can be the easiest route for him. Number three, some maids want to be noticed. Now, there are so many ladies that treat maids bad. Like, they treat them like this other class of people who don't even deserve to be. So when a maid gets a chance to sleep with your husband, they now become powerful in your house, because they are cooking, they are doing this, and they're also helping you, to sleep with your husband. So when when your husband cheats on you with them, they become noticed, because she will now be in, when they're watching TV, she'll come and sit there, she puts on her small things, and, she moves around, and once she does something wrong, your husband will always defend them. "I don't do this. She's good. Be patient with her." So make sure you treat this person well, because she has power to destroy your marriage. When your husband goes to her, she can say, "After all, mommy doesn't treat me well. Let me also, go and see, let me also be like her, let me also be the madam. Treat this girl well. If you don't treat her well, then also she also will not have power to say no, and she will also not even tell you. She can do her things hiding, even if you back at her, even if you do whatever, she will hide, knowing that after all, your husband will come to me and he will give me money, and it is really not good. Treat your housemaid well. Maybe she can love you and maybe try to protect your marriage. Number four, some maids are desperate to get money, and now they're therefore willing to do anything as long as they will get money. Now, this means if your husband comes to them offering them money to give them sex, they will just accept, because one, some maids can be single mothers who have had challenges in their marriages and they didn't work, and maybe she has children to take care of, and the salary she's earning is very little. Then there is someone who is offering her money, to give her the body, and she just gives. Some people come from poor backgrounds and they have this desire, desperate to change their names, to change, So when she sees her husband who has been caring to his children, to his wife, she now says, "This is an opportunity for me to also be better, Hey, and she now tries to do her things, make sure this man comes to me. Some other maids can bewitch the husband using their own bodies. So you need to be very careful. See, money is a root of all evil, and that's why you see them in offices. Some ladies sleep with their bosses because they want to be promoted, they want to increase salary, and so on. So what makes you think a maid cannot do that? So make sure that you understand this maid. There are others who are so desperate, they are willing to do anything, as long as it gives them money. And if your husband is willing to give out money, to sleep with your husband, then he can easily be tempted and lured into sin with her. Five, some men just love cheating. Yes, you find that they are the ones seducing these girls, telling them you leave him when he has gone to work, then he drives back home. He tells you he was sick. I have heard of a story of a certain guy who had a housemaid, and then he would tell his wife, "I'm sick today, I'm not feeling well." Then the wife goes, knowing my husband is very sick, leaves him in the bed, makes juice, brings everything. When she goes out like this, the man becomes fine, starts calling the housemaid in the house, they start romancing, and what happens later is another story. So you need to pray for your husband, understand the nature of your husband, and pray for your marriage always, because the devil is always moving around, looking for who to devour, which marriage to destroy. It shouldn't be your marriage. Pray. If you see that these reasons I've shared in this video are somehow helpful to you, then you need to change. also meet in the comment section, and there are some of the reasons why do you think men sleep with housemates, and why do you know if you have ever had such a challenge. Share with us in the comment section, and we are willing to learn from you. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you haven't yet subscribed, consider subscribing. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye.